In this video, we will discuss about Gauss theorem. Gauss theorem states that the amount of electric flux coming out of closed surface, that is also known as Gaussian surface, is 1 by epsilon naught times the total charge enclosed by the surface in vacuum. Mathematically, I can write here, we know that flux is represented by E dot ds. So E dot ds, surface integral. Since the surface is closed one, to represent the closed surface, I am encircling this integral sign, which represent the surface is closed one, is equal to 1 by epsilon, the total charge enclosed by the surface. So total charge here, I took Q, so it is Q by epsilon naught. Here in this statement, the two things are very important. We have to calculate the flux around a closed surface. We have to calculate the flux through closed surface. And second one is we contribute or we take only those charge which are inside the closed surface. To understand it, I have taken three charges Q1, Q2, Q3, and this is your first one. I took this any random surface area. So this is a closed one surface area, that is 1. The flux coming out of this surface area will be equal to 1 by epsilon naught times what is the total charge inside this closed surface area. So here is Q1 plus Q2. So this will be the flux coming out of this closed surface area. So whenever we calculate the flux coming out of closed surface area, we will use Gauss theorem. One more point I want to make here is the outside charge Q3 will not contribute to the electric flux for this surface. Only those charges will contribute which are inside this surface, that is Q1, Q2. If I choose another one surface, that is this one, here also the amount of flux for this surface depends on Q1, Q3 and is independent of the charge which is residing outside, that is Q2. So the total charge which is inside and the surface must be closed. The 2 points which is very important. To understand the correctness of the Gauss theorem, let us perform a simple example. So I have chosen here a charge, positive charge having a magnitude Q, and to calculate the flux coming out of this, so I choose any surface. So I have chosen here a spherical surface whose center is located at the charge of radius r. So we know that the electric field produced by this charge on the surface is given by 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. Magnitude is this much and direction is radially outward. According to this Gauss theorem, we calculate the flux. The flux is equal to E dot ds, closed surface ds. See here, since electric field depends on the radius, so here r on this surface is same at all the points on the sphere. So it is uniform. So I can take it outside the integration sign. So we are left with ds and s. So what is this? This is a total surface area, total closed surface area. So for this sphere, what is the surface area? 4 pi r square. Now put the value of electric field, that is 1 upon 4 pi epsilon naught Q by r square. So if 4 pi cancel out, r square is also cancel out, you are left with Q divided by epsilon naught. So here also the amount of flux coming out of this surface, that is spherical surface, is 1 by epsilon naught times total charge enclosed by this surface. Some more points we want to discuss for this Gauss theorem. These are size and shape. So whatever be the size and shape of this closed surface, this Gauss theorem is applicable. Second point is, inside a closed surface, it does not depends upon the location of charge. Inside a closed surface, it doesn't depend upon the location of charge. Mean, if this is a closed surface, if I take this as a closed surface, charge can be placed anywhere inside this closed surface. It can be placed here also, it can be placed here also, and be here. The amount of flux will always be Q by epsilon naught. The third point which we want to discuss is that the closed surface area is chosen that it doesn't pass through any discrete charge, as it is because the electric field is not defined at the location of the charge particle. So it will be difficult to calculate the electric flux coming out of that closed surface. Electric field, but the Gaussian surface can pass through a continuous charge distribution. Point is, the Gauss law is applicable for all surfaces as we discussed, but it is useful to calculate electric field for only those surfaces which is symmetrical, which have some symmetry, that is cylindrical and or spherical symmetry. The fifth point we want to make is, the Gauss law is based on the inverse square law, that any violation of this Gauss law will indicate the departure from the Gauss theorem. That is, we know that the flux is E dot ds around a closed surface area is Q by epsilon naught. If here E is proportional to R square and the surface area is proportional to R square or distance square. So when you multiply E and S, it becomes 1 by R square and R square, that is constant in term of distance. So if this E is not inversely proportional to R square, then this will not be a constant one, then the Gauss theorem will not be valid or useful. So this is all about the Gauss theorem. In the next video, we will discuss about the application of Gauss law.